Hey guys, welcome back. This is part 2 of the video for the President Trump's tax plan. Where we left off, when my video cut off, apologize about that. We were talking about the estate tax, also known as the death tax. So I wanted to cover this because it's really, really important. And it's important not only for the higher earning people, but also for the people who don't earn as much. I'm talking about like your local farmer. Now, what the estate tax does, let me see if I can put this into context. Say I'm a farmer and I have willed my farm, my ranch, to my children. There are many very large ranches across the country with a net of more than $150 or $1.5 million or more. Now, when you take that number into consideration, I want you to consider this. That includes everything they own. So if they own 1,000 acres, and each acre has been appraised at, let's say, $10,000 a piece, so that's $100,000 maybe. I don't know, off the top of my head. I can't do the math, it's too early in the morning. But you gotta figure in all the tractors, everything they own, right down to shovels, the home, the furniture in the home, everything how much each one of their livestock costs. If they have planted crops, what would be the retail cost, fair market value of those crops. Now, what happens is I'm a farmer, say I've got a few children, and I want to will my farm to my children when I die. The estate tax, what it does is, for my children to be able to take possession of my property that I have willed to them, if it is worth more than $1.5 million, or $1.5 million or more, then they are made to pay tax before they take possession of the farm. Now, we're not talking like small farms, y'all. We're not talking about mom-and-pop farm. They got 60 head of cattle and 300 acres of land. You might get lucky to say that everything was worth $500,000. So therefore, with them, they would be tax exempt because the property doesn't equivocate to that amount. So we're only talking about the estate tax only hits people whose assets are $1.5 million or higher. Okay, so there are many farmers. Let's talk about a regular ranch here in Oklahoma. There are quite a few of them. Excuse me. That have an access. Oh, good God. Okay, let's try that again without coughing. We're talking about ranches, like some of the ones that are here in Oklahoma, and a lot down in Texas, and throughout the Midwest. Illinois, Indiana's got a bunch, Ohio has a bunch, New York has a few. All the way over to Montana and Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado. There are many states in this country that have large farms. Now, say you have a farm that you own 100,000 acres, and you've got off the top of my head, let's say you own probably 10,000 head of cattle, but you also own plows and tractors and combines, the barns. You have 2 of them; they're huge. If it's milk cows, you got all the processing to be able to milk that cattle. All the storage tanks and silos, the farmhouse. Most of these ranches have separate houses for their workers to live in. So say I'm a ranch farmer, and on the event of my death, I'm going to go ahead and will that property over to my 3 children. Okay? In the event of I die, my children cannot take over my property that I've willed to them until they paid a tax. And the tax is a fair market value of everything I own. Right down to my tractor, right down to my rakes, my shovels, my car, my truck, my four-wheeler, my horses that I use to go out on the pasture, check on the cattle with, everything that's willed. It's assessed a fair market value, and then it's taxed on that complete fair market value. Here's the problem with the death tax. Not only is it putting an undue burden on the family, because now they've got to pay a tax just so they can continue working, continue earning a living. But this is stuff that's already been paid taxes on. When that farmer bought that combine, he paid taxes on that combine. When he went and bought the seed to plant the crop, he paid taxes on it. When yearly he's paying land taxes. So what the estate tax basically is, it's double taxation. It's making people pay a second tax on something that there's already a tax limited on, put on. So the estate tax is, it's not right. And part of President Trump's tax plan is to do away with it. Sure, there are millionaires and billionaires, and they want to be able to will that stuff down to their children. Well, you know what? That millionaire and that billionaire worked their ass off to earn that money, and they paid taxes on that money. So it doesn't matter if it's just the poor farmer that's trying to get by with his 10,000 head of cattle, and his family not deserving to pay the tax on it, or it's a multi-billionaire. You know, there's a difference between being rich and being wealthy. Shaq is rich. The guy who paid his paycheck, he's wealthy. I remember hearing Chris Rock say one time that, and it's the absolute truth, rich is something that only lasts your lifetime. Wealth is something that's passed down from generation to generation to generation. One of the great things about America, and there is a video coming up later regarding this, we're not perfect, but at least we strive to be perfect. So, we have our faults, right? But the American dream is you work your ass off and you earn the money. No one's giving you anything. You earn the money. These families have already earned the money. They've already paid taxes on this earned money. So they shouldn't be made to pay taxes on it again. Let me ask you a question. I want you guys to seriously consider this. Here in Oklahoma, they just raised it actually another 6%, I believe. When you buy a motor vehicle, you have to pay taxes on it. And in Oklahoma, you buy a vehicle, then you go to the tag gate. Once you get your title from the state, that has your name and address on it, you take that title down to the tag agency, and you pay the taxes that are due on that vehicle. When you pay the taxes on that vehicle, they give you your tag to put on the back of your car. And then every year you renew it at a different rate. So I believe it was like $40 in every $1,000 you finance. So on $10,000 vehicle, you're paying $400 to that's your taxes. Now the following year, it's like my truck was about 10 grand. I paid like $436 for it. That's where I got my first tag. Okay, because I paid the taxes on that vehicle. The following year, when my tag dates were coming up, and I needed to renew the tag dates, my little stickers on there, I went to the tag agency and I paid, I don't know, like $50, $60. That's what I pay every year to renew my tag. I'm just paying, every year after that, I'm just paying a price for the tag, okay? Would it be fair for Oklahoma to say, no, you pay, the amount of the vehicle is $10,000, you'll pay $400 for that, plus fees, as you know there's fees, and every year you're going to pay tax, you're going to pay the same amount every year for your tag. No, because then you're being made to pay the same tax over and over and over again. The same thing with someone's estate. If you have a gentleman or a couple and they have, or just a woman and she's worked her whole life and this is her wealth that she has accumulated, and she wants to be able to pass that down to her children, you should be able to pass it down to your children by no repercussions of the federal government. Period. You should not be taxed twice. It is wrong. Now, yes, that does help the 1%ers or the 10%ers in the country, but it also helps these farmers who have huge soybean ranches and cattle ranches and dairy cattle and the huge chicken farms, where you can go just one farm alone, not including anything else, just their house, a barn or barns, and the land they own can equal $1.5 million. We haven't even got into how much the tractor cost, how much the feed that's the feed that's already planted in the ground. What's the fair market value on that? We haven't even got to that yet. You know, I saw an interview with a gentleman who lives up in Montana, and the land has been in his family since 1700s, and it's he had to pay taxes on it, massive amount of taxes on it, when his father died and passed it down, and now here he is trying to set up a will to be able to pass it down to his children, and his children don't make the money that to be able to just pay the taxes. So when the taxes don't get paid, the government's able to go right in and take over the land. How fair is that? This is a family run business, been in business for over 200 years. So I want you guys to think about that. It's really important. It's a really important part, and it's going to be really, really positive for these farmers, especially the farmers in our country that work every day to feed all of us Americans, make sure there's food at the grocery store for us to buy. So that's really important. That was all I had for the Trump tax plan, and please leave your comments below and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that notifications bell. That way you'll never miss when I upload a new video. And I got another one coming today, and I do have one coming tomorrow as well. And you're not going to want to miss the later one coming today. Hot button topic, guaranteed. It's going to piss a bunch of people off, and yeah, but it's going to be awesome. So look forward to it. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great day.